food truck. I'm driving a food truck.
Oh, beeps!
It beeps!
We're driving a beeping truck.
Hey everybody, I'm Michelle Carre.
And I'm Matt Carre.
This is Riding in Cars with Cars, and we are the car group with Redline Real Estate.
Well, it's kind of riding in cars in a food truck.
It totally is. So this show is all about connecting you with your community, and we are so connected in this episode that we stole our guest's food truck.
Absolutely. And we're not giving it back. It's a food truck.
Never ever. Now our guests today are Todd and Trixie Hennig, the owners of Kona Ice, and this is their truck.
Yeah.
So we are going to get back in our car with them, and we're going to learn about why they chose Kona Ice and the great things that Kona Ice does for the communities and all sorts of neat stuff.
Trixie and Todd, welcome to the car.
Thank you very much.
Now, this is a little bit of a different ride. You guys, now, is your ride bumpier than ours? Because the Kona Ice truck, I'm assuming, might be a little bit bumpier than this, but maybe our car, maybe all the ice in there keeps it nice and smooth.
It's actually a little creaky when you drive it,
Okay.
and the thing to get used to is the syrup sloshing. So whenever you turn, the syrup kind of has its own momentum. So once you're over that, it's a pretty nice drive.
Well,
Nice.
Cool. Well, I must say, I love your shirts. Todd, let's get a look at you back there. All right, Kona
Nice
Ice shirts.
price.
Now, I was going to wear my Hawaiian shirt today, but then I realized I don't have an Hawaiian shirt. But I did go nice and bright,
Nice.
bright orange. So I feel like I'm kind of in the mix with you guys. So, and if this was a flavor, what would I be?
Ooh, that's a great question.
I would say you'd probably be Monster Mango.
I've been called a monster and a mango before in my time, so I feel good by that.
Where did you start this idea? How did you learn about it and get started with this whole thing?
It all started one Friday night after we got home from Hawaii. I'm gluten-free, dairy-free, so there aren't a whole lot of things that I can eat out in the world, right, that fit those categories. And when we went to Hawaii, I could eat shave ice. So we got back from Hawaii, and one Friday night, poking around the internet, and like, there should be some shave ice in Calgary. And we're looking around, and there really wasn't much. By the time I finished my search, Todd was on the couch, and so I was still going, and this Kona Ice truck popped up. And so a franchise out of Kentucky in the U.S., and I'm like, honey, we should buy a shave ice truck. He's like, yep, right after the acreage we're going to buy so you can grow our own food.
Yeah.
And so honestly, like, that was probably mid-April to the end of April. And then we started looking at it literally the last day of school. We were like, we should look at that shaved ice truck thing. So we spent several months just poking around, checking it out. And we adored the parent company. So they started 12 years ago.
Awesome.
And partner with community organizations. So there's a huge give back to the heart of Kona Ice, and that really resonated with us, and so that was a huge drawing point for us.
Trixie, you mentioned that you are gluten and dairy free yourself, and that this ice truck is also gluten, dairy free, and I think you said kosher as well?
It's dairy free, gluten free, vegan, nut free, soy free, kosher, vegan, no GMOs, and for those who are allergic to food dye, we carry 2 flavors in dye free, blue raspberry and tiger's blood, and we carry in dye free as well. So
Wow.
It's pretty much, and it still tastes good.
I was going to say, you're all this stuff that's free, but you're not taste free, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I mean, we had a little bit earlier, and it was awesome.
Our flavor base is actually made out of fruit puree with a little bit of stevia and a little bit of sugar, and it's pure white cane sugar, so it's just an amazing product, and we love how it tastes and how the flavors interact with that, and we love that it's so low in sugar as well.
Yeah.
So as average size for an adult is about 9 grams of sugar and 30 calories,
Really?
and even less for your kiddos.
So are you saying if I continue to eat the average size, I might become average size rather than the deluxe size that I am?
I realize the days that I eat 2 or 3, I'm like, oh, I need to do the multiplying of that.
Oh.
So it will still add up, I'm afraid, but you can feel good about one.
I should probably do that with chicken wings too.
Feel good about one.
Yeah, feel good about one. While we were looking around the truck earlier, one thing that stood out to me was the one symbol that said give back, or $62 million given back to the communities, or something along those lines. Can you expand on that? Tell us what that's all about.
For sure. One of the things that really attracted us to the company was the fact that they really have a a desire to be part of their communities. And so what they've done is they encourage their franchisees to do things like partnering with organizations in the community, like schools or daycares or church groups, to be able to then give back a portion of the proceeds as a donation back.
Wow.
And already we have an agreement with the Soccer Association to be able to give back whatever we sell at soccer games. We give back a proportion, 25%, back to the Soccer Association.
Awesome. Oh, wow.
And we just had our first major event at our kids' school, Airdrie Kona Christian School.
Okay.
They did a great fundraiser on Friday where they raised money and then they packed 10,000 meals for underprivileged people in Alberta.
Oh,
So Friday was the packing day.
Yeah.
So I was able to take a personal day from work
Yeah.
and took the Kona truck, and we gave 100% back. Whatever we sold that
Oh,
day,
good
so we
for
were
you
able to
guys.
give back over $500 for that project.
Holy cow,
So-
that's great.
And that's just, we say together, Trixie and I, that this is really why we wanted to do this,
Mm-hmm.
to do something together as a family, but also to be really contributing to our community.
So to date, you said the company's been in business for 12 years, and they've
Yeah.
given back $62 million in 12 years.
Wow.
And actually, it's higher.
Yeah, it's outstanding because all the franchisees, everyone who buys into Kona and is part of the Kona family, we call them Kona-kin. So whoever's part of the Kona-kin, like really the hearts of people are outstanding, and the amount of ways that they just show up to try to help in desperate situations like floods and stuff, and just show up with the truck to give out Konas to try to get everybody through a tough time. And it's just really neat, plus the monetary give back.
You mentioned the company was based out of Kentucky in the U.S. So how many trucks do they have in total, and how many are in Canada?
So they have 1,200 trucks on the road in the United States of America. There's also one up in Alaska, which is really cool. And then we have 8 trucks here in Canada. There are 7 in Ontario. We have 1 in Vancouver area, 1 in the Okanagan, and then there are 4 trucks in Alberta, actually. So Medicine Hat, Lethbridge, Lloydminster, and us in Airdrie.
That's great.
Cool.
So where can people come and try this amazing shaved ice?
Well, we are at soccer games, but starting this week, we're so excited because we'll be at the farmers market every Wednesday.
Nice.
So we have that as a regular stop, so easy for people to find us.
Yep.
And if they're wondering where we're going to be, checking out our Facebook page, Kona Ice Airdrie, is the best way to see where we're going to be each week.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, how much does it cost to get shaved ice?
We also love that it is reasonable for families. We have a kiddie size for $2, a classic size, which really is satisfying for Trixie and I, is $3. Then king is $4, and a cowabunga, the big size, or
Cowabunga.
a color changing cup is actually $5. But if you get that, you get $3 refills all summer.
Oh, wow.
If you bring it back with you.
Oh, that's
Nice.
great.
So really, a family of 4 can eat for 10 or have shaved ice for $10.
Easy $10, 8 if everybody wants kitties.
The other thing that I think is so cool is the kids, me, we get to take the plain ice, and we get to put the syrup, whatever flavors we want on. And then once, because it always happens with other ice drinks or whatever, you always end up with no flavor. But you guys you can come back and re-flavor up, right?
Absolutely. If you see any white, you need to cover it up with some flavor color.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we love about Kona. It's so bright and colorful and cheery. And really, Kona does say we sell smiles in a cup.
All right.
No, this has got to be the Kona theme song.
Take you Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go?
So shaved ice is different than a snow cone and different than a Slurpee.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Well, it's kind of ironic because snow cones and shaved ice, it's kind of flipped because snow cones are more like ice,
Yes, they're like balls
like
of ice.
crystal
Yeah.
of ice, and the shaved ice is very much snow-like.
Yeah, it almost looks like a snowball.
Exactly. So it's nice and soft and fluffy. So it has that completely different texture.
We actually got trained at Kona College. You go for 3 days and get trained
Kona College?
on how Kona College
In
I
Kentucky.
love it.
in Kentucky.
So you have a degree in Kona ice.
We do. We have Konology.
Konology.
Yeah.
Konology at Kona College in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I love it when a Randy commits to every level. I just love it.
Well, did you notice the Kitty Classic King and Cowabunga?
Oh, with Kay,
with
of course.
K's,
Oh, it's like the Kardashians of ice cream.
No, our kids are the Kona Cubs. Our
love it.
employees, we have someone who's joining us, so that's the Kona crew.
Love it.
You're both educators. Do you see an opportunity to teach your students with having a second job or side job?
Oh, I love the question because it is a lot of fun, I think, for people and for students to realize that there's life outside of school.
Yeah.
Right? And I love that dimension of all of a sudden there's a kid in the window who's like, oh, it's you, Mrs. Hennick, it's you. And I think there is some learning to be done with that, about stepping outside of maybe your normal career path or outside of your normal comfort zone even, right? And just kind of grab hold of something and go with it.
And very much we wanted to do this to be part of a whole family experience for our kids too, of teaching them some important lessons as far as interacting with people and the value of hard work and being they've been with us at bank appointments, accountant appointments, all three of them. So they've been part of the research process. So they were coming up with questions for the franchisors that we were asking, and so it's been just really a great process for them too.
We've had so much fun, like truth be told, that there's something about the truck and the energy of the truck and the experience of the truck that makes you happy whether you're getting a Kona or whether you're serving a Kona. Like, it's just a special thing that I haven't been able to quantify or even put into words yet. But
you look at the truck, the colors of it just make you happy.
Vibrant.
And we have great stories already. One of our first nights serving, we had two preteens coming on their skateboards, and they bought 2 Kona Ice and went away. And about 45 minutes later, they came back on their skateboards and gave us each a quarter, saying, "That was the best snow cone we've ever tasted. Here's
fantastic.
a tip." It was so adorable. And then we had another family, one of our Cooper's families, who had promised their kids one because they had missed an opportunity earlier, and they came on a soccer night that was just it wasn't that bad until the break between games, and this storm blew up, and so there was rain and sleet and wind, but they had promised the Kona, so there they were protecting themselves as they were getting there, and those were such troopers.
Oh, I love it. Commitment.
Kona Keeners.
Oh, there you go.
There you go,
man.
You guys are going to be at the Farmers Market in Airdrie every week, and then you'll pop up, of course, as you mentioned, at soccer games and elsewhere. But what if I want you all to myself? Can people hire you guys for like a birthday party or anniversary or whatever?
You can hire us for whatever you want. A backyard barbecue, a birthday party, an anniversary. We do corporate events, pretty much anywhere where you have people and want to have a good time. And Airdrie is such a great community. Like, I'm overwhelmed with how responsive everyone's been and how welcoming and just how much fun we can have all together doing this, right? Yes. Airdrie really is the best place to start this.
Trixie and Todd, thanks so much for being in the car, even though it's not the Kona Ice truck right now. Also, I'm really excited for you guys. I think this is going to be just a ton of fun for you and your family, and I commend you guys for stepping out of your comfort zones and doing this. So I hope you guys have a great summer with it.
Thank you.
So how do people know where to find you? How do they book the truck?
You can find us on Facebook, Kona Ice Airdrie. That's the best place to message us and to follow us where we are. And we're happy to get back to you and see what we can do to making life in Kona credible, is what we say.
Oh, I love it.
Well, Michelle, that is a wrap for season 3.
It was great.
It was a fantastic season for sure.
It was, and we even picked up a new guest in the back seat there, enjoying her Kona Ice.
Exactly. Finished on Kona Ice. She's finishing on Kona Ice too. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we just want to thank you guys because all your likes and shares and watches just helps everyone else learn about this great community. We're super passionate about sharing with you the different people and businesses and causes and events that are right here in our city, and we're just happy to keep sharing that with you guys. So we will be back in September for another season 4 of Riding in Cars, and we already have a pretty awesome lineup.
Yes, we do.
Set to go. So we can't wait to see you in the new year, new season. There we go. All right. Have a great time, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. This is better than when we were driving Glenn's truck and it was buzzing my butt when I was backing up.
Oh, yeah.
This one beeps. Oh. I feel like I just wet my pants.